Hey, what's up guys? My name is Thomas Park. Welcome back to another VPN review. Today we're checking out Freedom IP VPN. A viewer on the channel suggested it. It looked interesting to me, so I'm checking it out today really quickly for you guys. Let's find out what it's like. Alright guys, so this is Freedom IP's pricing plan, and it's pretty simple, but I do kind of like it. There's no 3-year or 2-year long or unlimited subscription plans to kind of rope you into subscribing. One of the coolest things about this VPN is that you can actually cancel your service before 72 hours and not actually pay anything, which is a very consumer-friendly model. Very good to see here that they do that. I haven't really seen that from a VPN before. Now VPNs like TorGuard and some other VPNs kind of have like a 7-day trial where you can cancel, but that's just kind of like a refund more than a trial. But this really, it does seem kind of like a trial. However, I guess similarly, you are going to have to provide your payment information, but perhaps it doesn't charge you until 3 days or something, or it just kind of gives you that time window to cancel. Got $673 in USD, $53 in USD per year, and $33 in USD per 6 months. This is a pretty good pricing plan. One of the cheapest VPNs out there, that's for sure. Quite good. One of the only bad things about this VPN service is that perhaps after 72 hours, there might not be much of a refund plan after that. Not only that, but there isn't very good payment options. You don't see Bitcoin, PayPal, or Amazon checkout, gift card, anything besides paying with your card. Now, if you're going to pay for this VPN, I recommend using privacy.com. It's a website where you could generate anonymous kind of debit cards and cancel them or do whatever you want with them, and even use anonymous contact information for the billing. So that is what I did here, and it works well. But again, I would like to see other options like Bitcoin and other various checkout options, that's for sure. All right, guys, so you might be wondering, well, where's the application? Well, that's because this VPN just uses OpenVPN as its main kind of settings. This is where you're going to use this VPN servers, and this is how you're going to connect. It's using OpenVPN, which is an open source kind of application. Pretty much smaller VPNs use this application, and it's mostly going to be down in your taskbar. There's not really too many settings here to configure, as you could see. Pretty bare bones, nothing really here to do. But it's going to get the job done. It's going to give you that encryption. It's going to change your IP, so it's going to do what you need to do. Is it going to be as robust as other applications that are designed by VPNs to have more security features? No, definitely not. So there you go. Depending on if you want to use OpenVPN or not, this could be a good or a bad thing. However, it's definitely not going to get much points in the application category, quite simply because it doesn't really have one. One of the limitations when having OpenVPN in an app like this, you might think, maybe it's not a big deal. However, if you want to watch, if you want to disconnect from that, get that. It looks like I might have been connected to 2 servers at once. That's actually, look how you have to connect. Not sure what's happening. Every time you connect to a server, you're going to have to enter in your username and password, which is definitely a slog. And one of the reasons why OpenVPN really isn't that great to use unless a VPN makes their own application. So as you can see, there are some significant downfalls, not just the settings and configurations, but also the usability. It's going to be a huge hassle always trying to type this in every time, especially if you have a pretty good password and a kind of a complicated username that they just kind of assign to you, the username. It's not something that you necessarily make. Alright guys, so we are connected to Freedom IP down here with the OpenVPN client, as you could see. Let's go ahead and test out what these speeds can give you from this VPN. Guys, so the ping is very, very high, very, very slow, which means browsing and streaming and stuff, and gaming is definitely going to be impacted. The download rate is okay. Let's go ahead and test out at a Kubuntu torrent file. So let's get that going right now. So this is the speeds down here. Let's see what kind of speeds we're going to be able to get with this VPN active. So as expected, this high download rate, we are getting pretty good speeds here. This is very good to see. This is probably not a very popular server, probably not many people using this VPN. So as often is the case, sometimes you can get pretty good speeds with these VPNs like this. That is very good speeds, pretty much better than every other single VPN on the channel so far, besides TorGuard VPN. But yeah, guys, this is very good torrent speeds, very good to see. Let's go ahead and make sure we're not leaking any IP or anything like that. So it doesn't look like we are leaking any IPs. So that's good to see that we're getting such good speeds and we're also not leaking anything. Pretty good here to see, that's for sure. All right, guys, so how good is the privacy policy for Freedom IP? Well, unfortunately, not very good. They collect the IP, various connection logs, and data logs. So that is really bad to see that they collect the IP address. Not very good at logging policy here, that's for sure. Maybe because they're in France, I don't know. Anyways, I wouldn't really trust this VPN to kind of safeguard your data if you're really worried about anonymity and privacy and stuff like that. Overall, it's just not really necessary for your VPN, in my opinion. Interesting to see that you can see very openly the connection logs that are present, as well as your IP. So they weren't kidding when they said that they do collect everything about you when you're using their service. Yikes! Not to mention that the server I was using did seem to be in Russia, and if they're operating within Russia, well, I don't know, guys. Maybe the Russians have my IP address now. Yikes! So seeing how this is a French VPN, there is some workarounds required. They have their tutorials kind of translated into French via kind of like a Google tool. But it's mostly just basic things on how to set up OpenVPN, which is pretty self-explanatory in my opinion. That's weird. I guess they don't really have a blog. But besides that, they do have a forum community, which is pretty cool. Not too many VPNs have forum community. Looks like a lot of it, or pretty much all of it, is going to be in French. So if you don't speak French, it might not be super useful to you. They don't have live chat or anything like that, and it's kind of hard to find. It says there's customer support, but how do you access it? It's not exactly clear. Oh God, I put everything into, there we go. Is there any support? I can't find it. So if you go into your account page, by going into your account, you can create a ticket. So they do have support, but no live chat. Another thing that's interesting is that when I did connect to OpenVPN, it said I was connected to a US server, but according to that website, it said I was in a Russian server. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here with Netflix. Wow, it actually does work with Netflix. That's actually pretty surprising. So maybe it does think I'm in the US. It does seem to think I'm in the US, so and it does work with Netflix, which is actually quite surprising to me. Did not expect that. Maybe since this is a small enough VPN provider, it's able to get around some of those, getting attention of Netflix and stuff like that. Let's see if it works with Prime Video and Hulu and maybe even BBC iPlayer. So unfortunately, it does not work with Prime Video. Prime Video actually seems to be more strict than Netflix lately. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but let's go ahead and see if it works with Hulu. To work with Hulu, doesn't seem to be any way for me to actually play the content. It's just kind of showing it to me, which means I can't watch it. Alright guys, so for the final Freedom IP VPN review, we're going to go over it by each category. The pricing gets 4 out of 5 because the pricing is actually quite affordable and the 72-hour trial is very nice. However, I would have liked to see more options for different payment options like Bitcoin. Now the application, there isn't really one. You're going to have to use OpenVPN, which doesn't have much settings to configure in terms of security and different things like kill switches. Not only that, but it's a huge pain in the ass to have to enter in your password every time when you want to connect to a server. The speeds actually, the ping is very high, which means it's probably not going to be the best for gaming, streaming, or browsing. But for downloading, it's actually going to be really fast here. Probably my second fast VPN, which is completely random. Maybe there's not many people using this VPN. I don't know what happened there, but very good speeds for torrenting and downloading, especially for the price. Reputation is just going to get it's kind of tricky here because this VPN has very, very bad logging policy, so it's hard for me to really give them any points. Not only that, but they're the French VPN, and I don't really know too much about them, and no one's really talking about them too much. So I'm going to have to play it safe here, guys, and just give it a 0 out of 5, just because I cannot guarantee what they're doing with this data or why they're collecting so much. Customer support, I'm going to give it 2 out of 5. It would have gotten 2.5 out of 5 because it does have a support system, but there is no live chat. However, the website support tutorials are so clunky and translated via Google Tools, then it kind of just made me a little bit annoyed by how little effort they're putting into this VPN in terms of the support channel and just the overall kind of look and feel of the website. Streaming, as you saw, only works with Netflix, so that's going to get a 1.25 out of 5, making a final rating for this VPN 1.87 out of 5, making it a tier 4 VPN, a VPN that is dangerous or not really recommended to use. Go ahead and check out the full catalog of ranked VPNs this year in 2019 and future oncoming years at vpntierlist.com and see where this one fits among the rest. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video. As always, Tom Spark, stay secure.